It's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and today is October 5th, and it is Luck of the Draw 8 Boggy Creek Edition, Week 1. So I'm so excited to be here with you guys today in hopes that you decide to create a Boggy Creek blanket with Luck of the Draw. So Luck of the Draw is a brainchild of Nan from Nan's Next Knots, and she did the first 7, and she's just not up to doing this one, but was gracious enough to allow Jaxie and I to do Luck of the Draw 8 Boggy Creek Edition so that we can have a Luck of the Draw for Boggy Creek. So what happens is you pick a main color for the Boggy Creek blanket. This is my main color. It is Caron 1 pounder, or 1 pound, in the color Limeade, and this will be, I haven't done the blanket, haven't started it yet, but this will be the center. I'm going to do squares, and I'm not quite sure how big I'm going to make them. Probably I'm going to do 8-inch squares, like 25 of them, so 2 a week maybe, and then put them together at opposite ends of the blanket. That's what I haven't decided. Or you can do like 9 13-inch squares, maybe do 2 different colors. That might also be what I do. So what will happen is you'll do, in my case, I'm going to do green in the center for 3 rounds of a stitch pattern, whatever, and you don't have to use this stitch pattern. But the original blanket was done in a stitch pattern that goes back and forth. If you want to do that for a Boggy Creek blanket, you would do 3 rows of your main color. And then you do 3 rows of the color that is selected each week. So you will pick 8 colors from your yarn stash, 8 different colors, and you'll number them 1 through 8. And every week we're going to come up and pick a number 1 through 8, and that's the next color you'll add to your blanket. Then you'll add 3 more rows of your main color, and then on the next Thursday we'll pick the next number for the next color. So it's very random. The only one thing that we do is, so that you don't have 2 of the same color in a row, if number 1 is picked then this week, then we hold that out for the next week, so you won't have number 1 twice in a row. So number 1 comes out, and then that leaves 2 through 8 for the next week. The next week, number 1 goes back in, and whatever color was picked for the second week goes out for the third week. So we just don't have back-to-back. Other than that, it's 100% random draw, and so if I make the 8-inch squares, which I'll decide once I start doing it, maybe 9 13-inch squares does sound really well too. So I will go, Jaxie designed the same stitch pattern, which I'll link the tutorial in the video, in the description box of this video, for the back and forth that was done for Nan. And you can make your blanket that way. Or you can do any pattern that you really want to do. It doesn't have to be that pattern, but Jaxie took that row by row pattern and turned it into a square. So my center will be the green of the square, and then the color of the week will be the next 3 rows. If I go, and then I think you go 3 more rows of your, no, because it's only 6 rows. So you go 3 rows of your center main color, and then 3 rows of your color of the week, I believe, makes the square. And you can do 25 of those, so which means you need to do most likely like 2 of each square, just about 2 of each square. And maybe you would reverse the colors and do the main color on the outside and the color of the week on the inside for some of the squares. I mean, that's completely whatever you want to do. If you go bigger and do 9 13-inch squares, then you only have to do, you could probably, kind of work it out and do 2 blankets. So if that was the case, you'd have to see how many rows it would take you to do like a 13-inch square. But 3 by 3 of those size squares would be enough to make the blanket. So I would do my green in the center, then my week color of the week, then 3 rows of green, and then 3 rows of the next color. And I bet that in that space you might end up with another properly sized square. I haven't played with it because she's releasing the pattern tomorrow. I mean today, because I'm recording before the pattern release, obviously, so that you guys have this on Thursday. So she's releasing the pattern with week 1 of Boggy Creek, the tutorial. So I don't even have it yet. But I believe she is sending me a picture, and I'm going to try to put it up here, and then you'll see what it looks like for the 8-inch square. After I make the 8-inch square, I'll decide if I'm going to make bigger or do more than one. It shouldn't take long. Once you know the pattern, it shouldn't take you long to make a square. Jaxie said probably a half an hour. So it shouldn't be a huge project, and then you can just sew them together and make the blanket. So you have to pick 8 colors, and I picked mine based on this, and I shopped with you guys, but I did it based on this. This is my number 6. And I also put this variegated in here, which I will use as I'll use this along with a white, because this is only a 3-weight yarn, I think, yeah, 3-weight yarn, and all the rest of them are 4-weight yarns. So I'm going to hold a white with this, and it's got like greens and grays in there, and I thought, oh, that'll be just nice because there's a lot of greens in here. So then now I can get, you know, purples and greens is the idea. That's my number 4. Oh. And this is my number 8, which is a lavender. And I just numbered them as I pulled them out. This is my number 2, and it is a mint green, I think. You'll be missed. It's a misty green, blue green color. And then I'm not going to be able to hold these. Oops, darn, down they go. Yarn down. No yarn was hurt. So this is my number 5 color. It is a very deep purple called Purple. This one is number 3. This one is called Sage. This is my number 1. It is called Early Spring. And this is my number 7. It's an Impeccable. And it's still in my cello bag. Don't go away, don't go away. They were falling. It's called Lavender. So this is what I'm going to make the Boggy Creek blanket out of. Let's see if I can try. We're going to try really hard to get all the colors up here really quickly for just a second. Let's see if we can. There's, you know, 8 colors is a lot of yarn. There we go. There we go, that's the 8 colors. And then, the main color. All right, we got them all. Now, I'm going to use these same colors. The idea is I also want to do a blanket for Boggy Creek with the same colors and this deep purple right here. I gotta get rid of these. There we go. I gotta do that in the color, the same colors. I'm gonna use the same colors, same numbers. This is the plan anyway. And Crystal from Bag O' Day made a square for Boggy Creek blankets for the stained glass square, and I want to make that. And those are also 13-inch squares, so 9 of them. So I'm going to, the plan is, if I do 13-inch squares for this blanket and do 9, we have like 15 weeks of numbers drawn. So if I go 1 through 9 of this square, depending on how much time I have, this is what's going to make the decision. And then do, what would it be? 6 through 9, 6 through 15 of this with the stained glass square, which I'll also try to insert a picture of up here. That would be a good way to do it as well. So that's what I'm going to try to do, because I want to support Crystal since she went out of her way to make the square, and I want to support Jaxie since she went out of her way to make the square. So that is my plan of attack, kind of. I want to make both blankets. I'm just not sure how I'm doing it. And it starts as of the opening of this video today. So I have nowhere to set this because my bag just closed up. I have this yarn in a really big bag. Hold on, just let me put it away. There we go. There. All right, so that's what's going to be happening with the Boggy Creek Luck of the Draw. Now, you don't have to make your blanket for Boggy Creek, and you can repeat the draw if you want to. We did 15 weeks worth of numbers, but if you wanted to make a bigger blanket, and you do the row by row, you can just make more rows using the same 15 numbers, repeat them again, or do double, you know what I mean? But I would repeat them again to make a bigger blanket if you weren't making it for Boggy Creek. Just repeat 1 through 15 twice, or pick your own numbers after 15. There is a chat in Messenger that's Boggy Creek. That's been there, or not Boggy Creek, that's Luck of the Draw. That's been there for a while. So feel free to join there and put your pictures in. If you email pictures to myself or Jax, we will try to include like your progress pictures. At least I will try to include your progress pictures in the video, you know, for the next week. My email is always listed in all of my videos. So please join us and have a good time. It's a good way to make a Boggy Creek blanket. This will be done. Our last video is January 11th, I think the date is. And that will give you still time to complete your blanket and get it to Nancy or myself by the end of January so that we can have them to Boggy Creek when we go and deliver them in February. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to add the clip with Jaxie and I drawing the number right at the end here. So thanks for liking, watching, subscribing, joining in, and making a blanket for Boggy Creek. Thank you again so much, and I will see you guys in the, well, Jaxie and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hello, my loves. We are here for week 1 of Boggy Creek Edition, Luck of the Draw. Are you guys ready? You got your colors? We're going to do it. Thank you for joining us. I am Jax from Creations by Jax.
And I'm Lynette with Grammy Crochet. And we are doing Luck of the Draw 8 Boggy Creek Edition. Woo-hoo.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so we're just going to do this. We're going to record a bunch of them. Don't say nothing.
It's hard to get us together, ladies, because we're in opposite ends of the country. And opposite time zone.
We're going to do this we're just going to do this so there's no emergencies. And maybe by the second or third one, we'll like not talk over each other and stuff. We got to just have fun with it. Okay. So I've got all of my little numbers in there. And then just so y'all know, what we're going to do is we are going to pull a number, and for 1 week, that number's coming out. And then the next week, we'll put it back in. So we don't have any back-to-backers, because I don't want my blanket to have back-to-backers. Okay. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 on the floor. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
See you,
Have a good one.
See you next week.
Bye.